gorgeous, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Tiffany, and on my channel we talk about all things beauty. If you're new here, we would love to have you join the family. In today's video, we are going to be doing a Sheglam haul. I'm going to be going over a bunch of new to me products and a couple I've used before, but just in different shades, and sharing my experiences with you. So if you're interested in that, then just keep watching. Okay, one of our first products that we have today is their liquid bronzer. I've got it in the shade Golden Sun, and we have it in the shade Tawny Amber. I'm going to swatch both of them for you, and then we'll try one on each side of our cheeks. Okay, so right there we have Golden Sun. And next to it we have Tawny Amber. Golden Sun is a little bit warmer, and Tawny Amber is a little bit darker and cooler tone. So maybe this would be a better contour and this would be a better bronzer. We'll find out. I knew that these shades weren't going to be close enough to the Charlotte Tilbury contour one to compare them. So I'm not going to do a comparison on those. Also, the formula is much more liquidy. I have tried this formula before in another shade that I previously got rid of because it didn't work for me. So, on the right side of our face, let's just go in. I'm just going to dot it on with a little bit of Golden Sun. Taking my BK Beauty 109. We're going to use this same brush. We'll just clean it off for the other side. I love how effortlessly this blends in. That's one of the things about this product I really liked and why I wanted to get a couple of shades that might work for me. That looks nice. Let's add just a little bit more. Let's see if we can build it up. Okay, that's blending out nicely. So you can see the difference. For here, we've got the Golden Sun, and we don't have anything yet over here. Gonna clean up this brush. And we'll go in on the other side with the Tawny Amber. This one is a little bit darker, so we may not need to build it up. Now that's pretty. I'm liking that shade. What do y'all think? Which shade are you liking better so far? Which one would you be interested in? It kind of almost has like a red undertone to it, which I like. We'll build it up just a little bit more. Here on the cheek. I think we're good on the forehead. I don't like to go for that super bronze look. And these, I believe, are $5 or $6, so this is definitely a good alternative to all of the liquid bronzer and contour shades that are coming out. Okay, so over here we've got the Tawny Amber, and then on this side we have the Golden Sun. Golden Sun, Tawny Amber. I think I'm really going to get a lot of use out of both of these shades this summer. So I'm excited that I picked these up. I love these liquid products. The ones that are easy to blend out like this, I just tend to use more. The cream bronzers, sometimes they can be a little bit difficult to blend out and they get patchy on me or they lift up my foundation. I didn't have any issues with it lifting up my foundation. Also, I have the Lancome Care and Glow foundation on, and of course I've already done my eyes, concealer, and brows. Next, I have a powder bronzer, so we will just go in with a little bit of this powder bronzer on top and see what we think. This is in the shade Morning Beam. Here's what it looks like in the pan. I'll swatch it next to the other two for you. Okay, and there's it swatched out next to those liquid ones. I'm gonna go in with my IT Cosmetics number 7 foundation brush. We'll just add a little bit of this powder bronzer on top to see if we can notice anything. Okay, I like that this is pretty subtle. It might be a good bronzer to kind of set your cream products with. It's not too dark or anything. I think that it's a good shade for my skin tone. Again, it was in Morning Beam. So I'm going to have to keep trying this one out. But so far, I'm liking that. Okay, next I picked up 2 of the liquid blushes. This is their Color Bloom Dayglow version. So I have tried the regular version that's more matte before, but I wanted to try this new one to see if I thought that, you know, it could be a fun blush if I wanted some glow. So we have the shade Love Cake and Devoted. I'm going to swatch these for you. Here we have Devoted. And it is a very corally blush. It's got a lot of peach in it, just a little bit of pink. Here we have Love Cake. Love Cake is a pretty bright pink blush in person. Now, I've heard before that Love Cake, that it was a dupe for the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush in Hope. So I wanted to swatch that next to it as well to see what we thought. So there is Love Cake and there is Hope. In my opinion, these are definitely not dupes for each other. Hope is a lot more mauve and Love Cake has a lot more pink to it. Okay, so I also grabbed some other shades that I had in their regular blush line to show you. Okay, so there we have the Dayglow in Devoted. That's Love Cake. This is Rare Beauty Hope. Here we have the shade Rose Ritual. Here we have Hush Hush, and here we have Risky Business. So hopefully if you were interested in how all those compare to one another, that gives you some comparison of how this new Devoted and the Love Cake compare. The closest shades here that compare are Devoted is pretty close to the Rose Ritual. So I put it right there above it so you could see those two. Okay, so we're going to go in on one side with Love Cake. This is my Sephora 56. You can always build up more product, just remember, because it's pretty hard to take product away. So I didn't know how pigmented this shade was going to be, so I wanted to go in with a light hand. Oh, okay, that's giving a really pretty glow. I like this. And, you know, it's kind of nice that it's not too pigmented because on me, these cooler shades of pink blush, sometimes if it's just too pigmented, it doesn't look great on me from what I've found. I've tried some of the ones that have come out recently and they have just not looked that great on me. Okay, so that is Love Cake. We'll build it up just a little bit more in case it's hard to see on camera, but it's the shade Love Cake. And I have another Sephora 56. It's my favorite cream and liquid blush brush, so I do have an extra. Over here, going with Devoted. Interested to see how pigmented this shade's gonna be. pretty. I like that color. This may be picking up my foundation just slightly with these liquid blushes, so keep that in mind. It's not too bad, but I do think that it picks it up just a little bit. Just a little bit more. This is a very pretty color for spring. Okay, we have Love Cake. We have Devoted. And I think that these give a pretty glow. What do y'all think? I think I'm going to enjoy these with this nice glow for the spring and the summer. I think that's really pretty. Our next products that we have are a couple of their liquid highlighters. I got one in the shade Bellini Brunch and Stardust. Now, Bellini Brunch is a pinky shade, and this one is kind of like a shifty shade, this Stardust. So this should be interesting. Watch this for you. Okay, there's Bellini Brunch. It is basically a rose gold. And I did want to see if the shade Mesmerize that I had in Rare Beauty was a dupe. I love this Rare Beauty Mesmerize, but it's kind of expensive, so let's swatch it. Okay, so that's Rare Beauty Mesmerize. And then this is Bellini Brunch. Bellini Brunch is just a little bit deeper and it's got more pink to it, but I do think that the Bellini Brunch could be a good alternative. The formula seems to be just a little bit more liquidy too on the Mesmerize from Rare Beauty, and I've used it quite a bit, so when I put them on the cheeks, I'll be able to tell you how this one compares. And then here's Stardust. I like the doe foot applicator they put on these too. Now, Stardust is supposed to be a shifty shade, so let's see if we can see the shifts. You can see a little bit of it. It looks pretty just sheer right here, but it's supposed to shift to like pink and green. I can see on my end, let's see if we can see in the mirror, like any of the... Okay, so there we have the Rare Beauty Mesmerize. Of the Bellini Brunch from Sheglam, and then here we have Stardust. So I think I want to go in with Stardust here on the right side. I think it'll look better with that Love Cake. Well, that's a lot. I'm just going to go in with my finger. See if we can tap that out. Okay, that's actually really pretty. Let's go in with the sponge. I'm going to add a little bit more. Okay, there's Stardust. Now, it is picking up a little bit of texture and it's not blending super smooth, seamlessly. This might be something that I wear on the eyes for myself a little bit more. Yeah, I still think formula-wise that they've done a nice job with that one. It's kind of cool to see like such a shifty shade from, you know, a brand like this that's affordable. Okay, let's go in on the other side with the Mesmerize. We'll go in with our finger first. And tap that out. Go in with the sponge. We'll add a little bit more here. We'll go in and we'll add a little bit to the nose and to the Cupid's bow. Okay, that is Bellini Brunch. It is showing off my texture just a little bit. It's an alternative to the Rare Beauty Mesmerize, but I definitely don't think it's a dupe. It's not as smooth and it's showing texture more, and just on my skin tone, it's not as good of a match. But what I think that I'll use this the most for is to mix in with blushes. I want to show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to put some of the Bellini Brunch on the back of my hand. And then we'll just put a little love cake there. And you can mix these. You can mix these and have an even more shimmery blush. And what you can also do is you can mix this into a matte blush of any color and make it into a shimmer. So I kind of think that's what I'll use it for. But it does look, just that little bit, look how much that added of sheen to the cheek. This is definitely something that you could play around with and, you know, just see what you can come up with. See what you like mixing it into. You might even like mixing some of the colors, some of the deeper colors into your bronzer for a more glowy bronzer. You know, the sky's kind of the limit with a product like this. Okay, our next product is their powder. And this powder is really cool because it has a pressed powder on top. This is their Insta-Ready powder. I have it in the shade Translucent. And then when you open it up, you have the loose powder. It doesn't have like a little wheel to turn or anything, so it looks like we're just gonna have to shake some in here. I've already taken the plastic off, so we didn't have to mess with that. But let's go in with a little bit of the pressed powder to set our under eyes. I haven't done that yet. Okay, let's see what we think. Okay, that looks nice under the eyes, I think. It set them, but I don't notice anything caking up, anything weird under there. So far, that seems nice. Maybe this could be a dupe for my Pat McGrath under eye powder I use, because we need one. That stuff's expensive. Okay, so now let's take a little bit of the loose powder. I'm going to go in and I'm going to set the T-zone. Oh, wow. I actually do think that that's a little bit blurring. I like that. It set everything down. I don't notice any cakiness, and it's looking good. I'm gonna have to keep testing this powder and let you know, but for the price, I think this was also, I know, under $10. I mean, that's awesome. I'll definitely check back in on this powder and we'll see how that goes. Okay, we also have a powder highlight. This is the shade Pinky Promise. We're gonna go in with an AOA Studio F19. I'm just gonna add a little bit of this. See if we can see. Okay. This has quite a bit of shimmer to it. Let's swatch it. There it is on the finger. Okay, there it is on the hand. It's pretty reflective, but I am seeing like a few glitter particles when I add this on the cheeks. So I'm gonna have to keep testing this powder highlight as well. Okay, last but not least, we have a couple of their Take a Hint lip tints. Shade Memories and Print. And you know what? You need your glasses to read these shades. These are super small. Okay, so I'm going to swatch both of them for you. Okay, we're just going to go in because you can't really see the swatches. These are so sheer. Let's go in with the shade Print. It feels like those e.l.f. lip stains, if you're familiar. It's not giving me much color at all. I'm not impressed. Let's hope the next shade's better. That one was Print. I'm gonna go in with Memories now. Okay, this one, again, pretty much no color. I don't see the point of these. Why would you want a lip tint that's basically not tinted. I don't see this showing up on any skin tone making much of a difference, and it feels kind of just goopy on the lips, like not good, like a nourishing oil. It's just, I don't like it. So, okay, that's gonna wrap up the try on portion of today's video. So we just talked about these Take a Hint lip tints. Not my favorite, wouldn't recommend. Our powder, the Insta-Ready. So far, I'm really liking this. I'm gonna have to keep testing this, but I'm impressed. The powder highlight, the Pinky Promise, it's okay so far. I mean, a little bit, you know, glittery to me, shows a little bit of texture, but not terrible. I'll keep testing this out on its own. Then we have the liquid highlighters. Like I said, I think that the Stardust one that shifts is pretty cool. And the other one, the Bellini Brunch, I'm excited to try to mix this in with some blushes to see if I like it better that way. Our two new shades of blush in Devoted and Love Cake Dayglow formula. I like those. I love the glow that it gives. I'm excited to just keep wearing these more. I think these are going to be great for spring and summer. It's a great alternative to some of the more pricey blushes out there. I would definitely recommend these. We also had our two shades of the liquid bronzer in Golden Sun and Tawny Amber. I'm really liking the Tawny Amber. I like that, you know, contoured effect that it gave us. Golden Suns too is pretty for a little bit of a warmer look. Would definitely recommend these for the price. Great alternatives to so many of the more expensive options out there. Powder bronzer as well in the shade Morning Beam. I'm excited to keep testing this as well. I liked how it set down these liquid products, so I'm going to try it out on its own and see how this shade works for me. But as far as the formula, I would definitely recommend this. Okay guys, I really enjoyed the try on portion of today's video with you. I love testing those products out on camera, telling you what I think, a bunch of first impressions, some new products that I am excited to play with, test out more, and I'll report back to you on my thoughts on those. And then hopefully this gave you an idea of what products from Sheglam that you might like to test out and which ones maybe you want to skip. So if you enjoy videos like this, please give this video a like and also comment down below what other brands that you want me to test out or any specific products. Whatever time it is, wherever you're at, have a great day. Until next time.